Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, as you can see, I have arrived safely back at my home. We are in the War Wagon, and it could not have come at a better time because we have some breaking news that every single gun owner in the United States needs to know about. Actually, the world. There is some breaking news. Please send this out to everyone that you know. Facegram it, Instagram it, truth post it. Do whatever you need to do. But everyone needs to know about this because there has been an international code given for credit card and banks all around guns and ammunition. They found a way to code it specifically for those topics. Now, enough of the setup. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. Please send this one out. Let me know what you think. Let's get into this because this is massively bad. Gun ammunition purchases by credit card will be coded. Now, this was released today. All right, so if you guys recall, let me know in the comments below, do you remember the video we did a week ago all around members of Congress requesting for credit card companies to form a special code in a very significant letter that we covered on this channel? As I mentioned then, and I'm saying it now, there are no coincidences. Everything that they are doing through the executive branch, through legislative pressure, but not legislation, it's all with an intent at the end. And this is the outcome because there are no coincidences, as we consistently say on this channel. But let's look at this. The Center Square, again linked. The international organization responsible for creating merchant category codes for credit card purchases has given its approval to establish one for transactions made at gun stores. If we can't get gun control through legislation, let's go through the executive branch. Let's go through the corporations, the private sector. We're going to get our way through hook or by crook. This is so irritating, but you guys have got to know about it. The International Organization for Standardization's Registration and Maintenance Management Group met on Wednesday to discuss a request made by, I can't even say this word, an amalgamated bank to set up such a code. So a bank, at the behest of politicians, requests the international organization to make a specific code, no longer outdoors equipment, now firearms and ammunition. Can anybody connect the dots on this one? But let's keep going because I got to show you this. An ISO spokesperson told the Center Square that RMMG members could not decide whether to approve the application. That elevated the discussion to the ISO leadership that oversees standards for retail financial services. Wonder why they couldn't decide? Probably because they'd get too much heat on it. Quote, considering the application met all the criteria from ISO, dumb number, and no material arguments pertaining to the approval criteria outlined in ISO, dumb number, standard to reject the code were made. SC9 leadership has approved the MCC application in order to comply with the standards. The ISO said in a statement provided by Maria Lazarte, the organization's team member for media and engagement. This is coming from them. It is happening, okay? It's not live yet, but this is coming down. That decision came less than a week after New York Attorney General Letitia James and California Attorney General Rob Bonta sent a letter to chief executives at American Express, MasterCard, and Visa, urging them to support a merchant category code. They were joined on Wednesday morning by the New York Governor, Kathy Hochul, who tweeted in support of an MCC. Do you see the battlefield that they're laying out? You had members of Congress last week send a letter that was signed by all of them to these same banks. New York Attorney General and California Attorney General also send letters to those banks. The governor of New York State, also comes out and retweets the support for the MCC. And all of a sudden, wouldn't you know it, now there's consensus on the international level for a code specifically designating what you're buying and when you're buying it, relating to guns and ammo. I can't imagine what could go wrong with information like this. In a statement late Friday afternoon, James celebrated the ruling, saying it will prevent tragedies. BS. Anyway, quote, labeling gun and ammunition sales is a responsible, common-sense way to help protect Americans, and I thank Amalgamated Bank for their bold leadership on this critical issue, James said. Quote, I urge credit card companies to take the next step and flag suspicious transactions on gun and ammunition sales like they do for fraud and money laundering. Well, fraud and money laundering are actual crimes. Embracing your Second Amendment is not an actual crime, regardless of your personal feelings. But you know what? It's okay. We're going to have no civil rights whatsoever doesn't even matter which one you want to take. As long as you put the word common sense or common use in front of it, common sense in front of it, it's perfectly fine. But I digress. Let's keep going. In a statement to the Center Square, Mark Oliva, this is when NSSF gets involved, the organization's managing director for public affairs slammed the move, saying the creation of the code was flawed on its premise. Those who believe it will help law enforcement do not provide details on what should be considered suspicious purchases. Great, a gray area. For room for subjective interpretation. Where's that gone wrong recently? I don't know, New York, California, sensitive places. I digress again. But he actually says something really well, the spokesperson from NSSF. Check this out. Oh, goodness gracious, so irritating. Quote, this decision chills the free exercise of constitutionally protected rights and does nothing to assist law enforcement with crime prevention or holding criminals accountable, he said. The Department of Justice's Bureau of Justice Statistics consistently shows in their own reporting that 90% of felons convicted of their crimes involving a firearm admit they illegally obtained those guns through theft or trading on the black market. Attaching codes specific to firearm and ammunition purchases cast a dark pall by gun control advocates who are only interested in disarming lawful gun owners. Perfectly said. Because it makes zero sense on any face of this beautiful planet that we are sitting on that a legal gun purchase is going to end up being flagged and preventing crime. Meanwhile, every bit of crime that already exists, which is being, as he said here, 90% of crime, is being done through guns that are either stolen or already on the black market. I, for some reason, don't think that there's going to be an MCC code attached to a black market deal. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments field below, and I will see you on the next episode. I'm Braden. See you later.